Let me make one thing perfectly clear. We're here to pump the nation.
You are cordially invited to the Scotty B Pihh Show with Sprigg and Mooks. With your host, Scotty B Pihh. Listen, I like to listen to Drake's music. I'll listen to Drake if I'm at the crib.
So you be crying yourself to sleep?
Oh, hell nah. The CEO, Sprigg. Okay, what about Little Kim then?
I'm definitely stroking.
Really?
Son.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Okay.
You know I'm taking down Lil' Kim. I'm not gay.
No, I know you're not. And Jedi Mooks.
Dude, what are you talking about? Arian Foster's a great pick by the Dolphins. He's scoring 2 touchdowns today.
Oh my God, Mooks, he's injured.
Oh, my bad.
This is the Scotty B Pihh Show with Sprigg and Mooks, presented by the Douche Family. Oh my goodness, it's here. The days are here. October 16th through the 17th, 2016. It's the Scotty B Pihh Show with Sprigg and Mooks. Sprigg is here. Sprigg, how you feeling? Are you okay today?
I'm feeling okay. And
terrific.
I like how it's October the 17th.
October. Yeah, I was trying to go for a little bit of a British voice, but I have none because I'm very bad at impressions. But how are you feeling today, man? Are you ready to go?
No. We've been waiting for this, and people asking me when is the first episode, when is it dropping?
Yeah.
It's here. We're gonna get this done. No more delays.
No more delays.
People are calling for us. We have arrived.
We have arrived. And I'm excited for Sprigg because Sprigg is ready to go. He's always prepared. Sprigg is very prepared. And we go from somebody who is always prepared to somebody who is never prepared, because we do have Jedi Mooks in the building. Mr. Unprepared himself. He's here, sort of. Mooks, are you here? Good afternoon.
My name is Rico, and I like to party.
Yes, absolutely. His name is not Rico. His name is Mooks, and I'm not sure if he likes to party anymore, but Mooks, great football weekend, though. Your Dolphins and Seahawks won. How do you feel, man?
Fins up.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
There it is.
Proud Dolphins fan today.
Proud Dolphins fan. And as you can tell, Mooks is our resident biased guy. He won't admit it, but he's very biased to the teams and players he likes. On the other hand, you got Sprigg, who you will be able to soon tell doesn't really give a shit. And, he will tell you that his teams are bad no matter what, because he doesn't take shit from anybody or anything. Am I correct about that, Sprigg?
No one. That is absolutely correct. I'm not out here hearing stories. I don't want to hear about the history. I don't want to hear about the percentages. Mm-hmm. It's all luck.
Well, Sprigg is feuding right now with some of the fantasy football analysts, specifically.
No, they're experts. Fantasy football experts should not exist.
Yes, correct. Fantasy football experts. Let's get into the games this week, man. The Steelers and Dolphins. I cannot believe Antonio Brown comes back home and couldn't prevail against the Dolphins. Mooks, did you watch the game?
Absolutely. Not only did I watch the game, but I was celebrating at the same time. It was a great display of teamwork.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad we got a dub.
That's it? You're glad you got the dub?
Excellent work by Money Mooks with the analysis. Very good analysis. Trent Dilfer is in the building. Sprigg, did you watch the game?
I watched a little bit of it, and I couldn't believe what was going on. I saw Big Ben get hurt. He was out for like a quarter and a half or whatever before he came back and threw his nice little touchdown to who knows who.
Mm-hmm. But before he got injured, he wasn't playing well. The Dolphins' defense was suffocating. I don't understand how. They were suffocating the receivers, including Antonio Brown, for some reason. Dolphins took the quick lead. Le'Veon Bell couldn't get going early. They had to kind of catch up from behind. It was really weird, regardless of Big Ben's injury. But Ben Roethlisberger slaughtered Kansas City for 5 touchdowns not too long ago.
Yeah. And Miami is not a good team, in my opinion. They haven't been a good team all year.
Yeah. Don't get Mooks started,
he can hear this, and he'll be A-okay. All right? No one in the United States of America who watched that game had the Miami Dolphins winning. I don't care who they are. People in the Dolphins.
Yeah. Except Mooks, though.
Well, I'm very optimistic about the Dolphins, but the truth is, it's about time that they've played the way that they did today, and I would have to say
This was expected.
Any given Sunday.
Mooks?
Of course, but today had a lot more significance because it was the first time in maybe, I would say, 5 weeks that the Dolphins had a full offensive line. They did get back Mr. Albert. They also got Tunzel from I would say from I guess he slipped and fell last week on warm-ups. I think he had a little bit of an ankle injury.
Mooks, can you explain to the audience how Laramie Tunsil was injured?
Well, I'll tell you this much: he wasn't trying to go for the soap, but he did slip and fell. He did slip and fell, and that makes a big difference. The left guard, the left tackle, and also shout out to Mike Pouncey. He showed up today to play against his brother. And he came out as the better Pouncey brother today.
Well, for the audience, the Pouncey brothers do not play against each other. They play the same position. But what Mooks is saying is that he outplayed him.
Center.
Right, Mooks?
He just outplayed him at center.
Absolutely. And, anytime that you look at stats, that Tannehill's been the most sacked quarterback in the NFL since he entered the league with a little bit over 204 sacks. Today he threw actually 75%.
Very, very statistical right there.
He completed 75% of his passes. The man had time to throw thanks to his offensive line. And, the chains were moving. So hopefully if they stay that way, the Dolphins will string up a few more wins.
Yeah. Let's move on from a trash can team to another, Sprigg's team. The New Orleans Saints. Sprigg, did you watch that game? Did you like it? It seemed like the Panthers were poised for a comeback.
I feel like that's like that with every team that we play every week. If we're not playing from behind, they're coming back. We was up 21-0 in that game. Or was it 21? Yeah, 21-0.
No, 21-0, yeah.
21-0 we were up in the game, storming back. This is nothing new. I expect to win every game by a field goal.
Wow.
Every single game.
Or lose every game, right?
We're going to win out. We won 2 in a row to the championship we go.
Of course. Yeah. So, all of a sudden, we got 2 biased commentators here. Pretty good work by both of you.
It's what it is.
Mooks, your takeaway from the Saints-Panthers game?
My takeaway was that Panthers defense. It's atrocious. It's made me sick to my stomach. I cannot believe they allowed 41 points. And not only did they allow 41 points, but they allowed it to the Saints. So that's just not...
Well, the Saints have a pretty good offense, though.
Any good defense gets a pass against the Saints if we put up points. I feel like that's week to week. That's how it's been for the last 5-6 years.
Anytime you drop 41 points, you would actually be considered an elite offense. And not taking away credit to Drew Brees, but, the fact is... Drew doesn't have Graham no more. He doesn't have Stills. He has a whole bunch of new guys now.
Gosh, Kenny Stills.
Kenny Stills. Bone Stills. And
Kenneth Bone Stills.
Kenneth Bone Stills. Can I ask why Kenny Stills was such a big part of the Saints offense, Mooks? Why would that be?
Well, he caught passes for him.
Does this have anything or nothing to do with that Kenny still plays for the Dolphins now?
That is correct. And he's been catching and dropping a lot of big plays as well.
Catching and dropping, that is true. Funny situation that happened at the Dolphins game. I don't know if Mooks noticed, but Miko and Brent Grimes showed up to the game tailgating. Mooks, did you look at that picture?
I didn't, but hopefully, Brent Grimes will come back to the Dolphins and Miko will... extend a public apology so that at least she could, at least be allowed to go inside the Dolphin Stadium for future events. I know that she's a case that you just have to monitor every 2 seconds because you don't know if she's going to be rooting for your team or throwing beer bottles at the field. So,
throwing beer bottles at the field.
They got her out of there, babe. What a mess.
Yeah, they did. They did. That was very, very hot mess. Anything else you guys take away from the weekend? Any football games? There was a lot of weird football. A lot of players that put up points this week. We'll get to fantasy in a little bit.
I'll have a nice little take for the experts. A lot of expert picks out there.
I like that. Anything else that you guys saw? Carson Wentz, the honeymoon is pretty much over with the Philly fans. He's dropped a couple of games.
That 3-0 was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. 3-0 was a long time ago.
I agree.
Let's talk. What about Dak Prescott, who's
been
balling?
Beat the Packers.
Mooks, you got something about Dak Prescott? I think you're a Prescott
fan. Well,
no?
I'm just a fan of anybody who takes over Tony Romo's position. Anytime that you enter the Cowboys organization with an offensive line that is star-studded, you have yourself a top prospect running back. You got Des Bryant and a whole bunch of weapons. I feel like the quarterback's job is super easy. I frankly don't understand how he gets injured every year having that offensive line. But, Dak Prescott came in and he is
the irony of that, right?
And Dak Prescott is actually showing you a fourth round in the draft quarterback, undersized, with little time for preparation, just comes in, and if I'm not mistaken, they've strung up 5 wins in a row, beating the Pack this week.
No, he had a decent amount of time with preparation. He played the whole preseason. Romo got hurt. What was it, the second preseason game? He broke his back.
But you don't see, but you don't see an NFL rookie coming in and string up wins like that. The last time I saw that was Tim Tebow, but that's a different story.
Oh, but no, I mean, well, this is the thing. I mean, when you have the best line in football, it makes your job a lot easier. I can sit back and behind the wall and throw the football too. It's easy.
And that is the irony. So how come someone, a vet like Tony Romo, who's proven that he's an efficient passer, could throw the deep ball, he's very intelligent, how is it that he gets hurt? All he has to do is stay inside the pocket.
He's got a weak back. It's Mannion's fault.
Got a weak back. It's Mannion's fault. Yeah, well, that being said, I do agree with one thing. That offensive line, obviously, it's an all-pro line. You got somebody, it's just a monstrous line, and then you have a running back like Zeke Elliott, who is a monster of his own, coming in and running behind that line. It kind of makes it a little bit easier on Dak Prescott to be able to throw the ball. But we have seen in the past, that the running game can still flourish, with DeMarco Murray and Tony Romo. So it doesn't really give Tony Romo a pass. I just feel that maybe Tony Romo holds on to the ball a little bit much longer than he should and gets injured. I do agree that he's fragile. But Dak Prescott has been playing well. We can't take that away from him. I think that if Tony Romo comes back, I think I'm sticking with Dak Prescott. Tony Romo just seems way too fragile, and you don't want to have to redo this whole scenario where now you got Dak Prescott coming back in off the bench when Romo gets injured again.
Yeah, I feel like he probably has the best situation for a rookie quarterback. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. Tony Romo has serious back issues. What is this? His third time breaking something in his back, and he's been out multiple weeks because of this. I mean, like, this is a recurring injury every year, so this is nothing new. So, I mean, he had a ton of reps in the preseason, ton of reps in practice. I mean, he doesn't really have. I mean, like Des Bryant. I don't want to take away any credit from him. I will give him credit because you got no Des Bryant. You got a rookie running back who's out there just running over everybody, and he rushed more than 4 teams combined already against the Packers just in the first half. I mean, it's easy to move the ball when you can run. You got people blocking. Cole Beasley's been stepping up big time for Dak Prescott. He scored 2 touchdowns today. I mean, the line is making his life easier, but I will not take that away from him. You know what? He's good, but I'm just saying he's in the best position any rookie quarterback could be in. Absolutely.
I agree. But, Mooks, do you believe that if Tony Romo comes back, Dak Prescott should give that job back up? Or would you ride with Prescott for the rest of the year? Because I think I would.
Let's take a look here. The last time that a quarterback jumped into a team and had the success that Dak Prescott has.
Wait, you got some statistics for me?
I do. I have some statistics, and I know Sprigg is going to be proud of me here.
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my man Timothy Brady. Just
All right,
just
Tim
went ahead
Brady.
and took over, Mr. Bledsoe's job. And
My man.
anytime that you win football games, even if you come in, late in the season and you string up wins, it's tough to give up the job. And the truth is, the Cowboys haven't been this hot since back in the '90s. So he will stay where he's at
Yeah.
until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Are you thinking that it's possible that this is some type of reincarnation of
I
Brady's
think
career?
so. If he sticks in the right system.
Okay. Hot takes
Ooh.
by Mooks.
This is a pretty similar system. You're talking about the Patriots who've had a
System,
superb
Sprigg.
offensive line for the past decade and a half, and it just doesn't matter who you put in the center. Dak Prescott is going to flourish.
Dog.
No. I think he's gonna have the RG3 effect. Not saying that he's gonna get hurt or play dumb or play
another good
stupid
point.
or play bad, but no one knows what this guy can do. All right, no one's been able to prep for him,
Yeah,
and
I agree with
I
that,
think
too.
after his flourishing is done, he won't be doing the same stuff because he's not an elite passer like Tony Romo is. And yes, Tony Romo is an elite passer behind that line.
Okay. I mean, I don't really agree with that. But when we come back, in this hour, we got Bill. Bill's going to come in.
Bill.
here.
Bill.
Yeah, with some Pro-Am and Park tips. Bill will be joining us in the studio, the cheesiest person we know with the cheesiest play style. He's going to give you guys some of those tips that you need. But before we get into that next segment, we got the most important topic in Sprigg's life, and that is the fantasy world. That is the analysis of fantasy football. So when we come back, we got Sprigg's Picks. The Scotty B Pihh Show is brought to you by me, Scotty B Pihh, and my new mixtape, Music Is My Hennessy, available 2017. Sprigg, are we just about ready to get into your picks of the week? Have you been keeping up with the love hates and all that of Matthew Berry's?
I did.
Okay. Are we ready
I did.
Are we ready to
I
go?
did. I read up on Mr. Matthew Berry's love, hate, and stardom, situm,
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff.
That's
but
all. That's good. That's good. I'm ready for that.
no, it's just the same old.
Okay, so you ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's get it going. Let's go ahead and play the Sprigg's Picks sound imaging so we can get right into Sprigg's Picks. So I'm looking through Michael Fabiano's start and sit list for the week, and he decides that he wants to put on the sit list Jeremy Hill. Sprigg, your thoughts?
Expert analysis by Fab himself.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, Denver has the #1 defense. Good job.
That's
Good
very
job.
true. So, Sprigg, did you hear this news? Matthew Berry has Drew Brees in a must start against the Giants this week. Your thoughts?
Typical.
Yeah.
This guy Matthew Berry, man. He's the biggest safe picker of them all. Of them all.
Of them all. We're going to find out if Sprigg continuously believes that Matthew Berry is a safe picker. No, I'm sorry, the safe picker, right?
He is the safe picker
Uh-huh.
out of all fantasy football, quote unquote,
Absolutely.
experts.
Absolutely. Of course. What do you got for us this week, Sprigg? You got love and hates, or how is it working out?
Yes. Yeah, no, I wanna start with his love
Okay.
for some of the players and
Okay. How many loves you got?
I have three. That struck the nerve a little bit.
Okay. Let's start it off. What you got this week for Matthew Berry?
Number one, Mr. Matthew Berry, Lamar Miller. You said you love him. He hasn't played well.
Why is that?
No, because he hasn't played well all year. All
Okay.
right? But he gets 25, 30 touches a game. All right?
Yeah.
So the reason why Matthew Berry loves him is because he is bound to break out of his slump. Well, Mr. Matthew Berry, if I get 25, 30 carries a game, I am bound to break out of my slump too.
That's
Safe
true.
picker,
That's true.
Lamar Miller. God,
Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller.
Number one of the week,
so-
Lamar Miller.
And then this other one. This one bothered me. The next two bother me because they play on the same team. But
Oh,
I'll start with the first one. Brandon Cooks.
Well,
going against a very weak Panthers defense. They haven't been the Panthers defense of last year at all this year.
absolutely not.
Okay, not even close. But Brandon Cooks hasn't had a good game since he played against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
He is bound to break out of his slump. Well, if you're the number one target on a pass-happy team, you're, of course, going to break out of the slump sooner or later. So let's just go ahead and say love him against the weak Panthers. Leads me into my number 3, Drew Brees.
Oh, wow.
Why the hell would you ever not love Drew Brees?
Ever.
Safe pick Drew Brees. You have to love him every week. I don't care what defense he's going against. I don't care if he's outside. I don't care if he's in the dome. Whatever. He throws the ball 50 times a game. And he's going to complete 65 to 70% of those passes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Safe picking ass Matthew Berry for love.
The safe picker, Matthew Berry. So this week we got Drew Brees, Brandon Cooks, and Lamar Miller for his loves, right? Brandon Cooks and Drew Brees both balled out this week. Monstrous
game. They had monstrous games today. Of course they did.
So Matthew Berry delivering you the easiest picks of the week. Am I correct, Sprigg?
Yep. And then
I know you got more for me, right? You got some hate?
Oh yeah, I got more, man. I want to go right to the hate.
Okay, I'm ready.
He hates. Okay, this was number 1.
Okay.
For my hate, I'm going to go ahead and just start out with.
You're number 1.
Actually, you know what? No, I take that back.
Okay.
This is not number 1. I'll save that for last. But he says he hates Eli Manning this week. Because the Giants look out of sync.
Out of sync. Nice.
Man, I wonder where he got that from.
So the Giants look out of sync. That means you hate him for this week. Well, Mr. Matthew Berry, let me tell you that Eli Manning went off against the Ravens today.
Yeah, you tell him,
all right.
Sprigg.
He went off today. Eli Manning is a hate quarterback almost every other week because they're always out of sync. They're out of sync because of one wide receiver, Odell Beckham. Get out of here, Matthew Berry. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Get out of here.
Number 2.
Matt
Jones. I don't even know why the hell he's on this list for hate. Why do you hate Matt Jones? He's had maybe one bad game since the start of the season. He has played well every single game, except for one.
Yeah, he has.
Why the hell do you hate him? Oh, because the emergence of Kelly and Chris Thompson. So that means Matt Jones is X'd? Does that mean he can't run no more? So that's why you hate him? Oh, let me tell you something, Mr. Matthew Berry.
You tell him.
He went off today for a $1+ and a touchdown. When they were at the goal line, they couldn't even. They gave both running back shots. But you know who ended up running it in? Matt Jones. He didn't run it up the middle. He ran around everybody else like a smart running back would.
Matthew Berry Jones.
Matthew Berry.
Very nice.
Safe pick and hate for the week. And my number 1.
And who is number 1?
My number 1. Jeremy Curley.
Ooh.
Of course you would hate Jeremy Curley. Colin Kaepernick is playing quarterback today. He played quarterback today. He hasn't played, and he was terrible since who knows? He's been so bad. He's been so bad. They talk nothing but bad stuff about this guy's arm. He can't even throw past 35 yards anymore. I don't even know what the hell happened. But of course Jeremy Curley is bad. He's hate for the week. My man MB's got to do something, man. This safe picking is getting on my damn nerves. Jeremy Curley. Oh yeah, I hate Jeremy Curley for the week. All right, well no shit, Sherlock. Like I would hate him too if Colin Kaepernick is my quarterback.
It sucks to be Kaepernick. You just don't know what's worse. Kaepernick's taste of women or his actual football skills.
Oh, wow. Money Mooks coming in there with some observations. So I guess what we're implying, of course, is by Sprigg's account, is that Matthew Berry is a safe picker, loves to safe pick, right? Sprigg?
Safe picker.
He's
a safe picker. Tired of this, man.
Well, let's see if you and Mooks are safe pickers, right? Let's see if you guys got a little bit of Matthew Berry inside of you, because we are going to do some NBA predictions today. The NBA season starts in 9-10 days, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 9-10 days. Yeah, 9-10 days from now. Yep.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot of basketball fans out there on Twitter that we follow and follow us, so it's more basketball orientated than it is football. I want to make some predictions here in a little bit, but I won't be making predictions. I'm hoping you guys are going to make the predictions. You guys are my experts. We got Mook Sharp.
No prediction if you don't put in your piece.
All right, well, we got Mook Sharp and Spriggs Bayless here. We're waiting for some predictions. All right.
Terrific.
I got a list here for you guys for predictions. But before we get into the predictions, I want to hear a little bit about you guys, your feedback. What are you excited most about the NBA season? Any players that moved and all that? What you guys got for me this week?
What am I interested to watch? You know what, man? And this one's for hype. I'm interested in seeing how the Lakers do this year without Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
First year without Kobe, new head coach, Luke Walton. I want to see what they're going to bring to the table. They talk a lot of noise in practice. Everyone's, oh man, it looks phenomenal in practice. And then once you get to the season, all that's out the window. No one talks about how good they were in practice before the season started. So I'm actually interested in seeing how the Lakers do.
Okay. Mooks, you got anything for me?
Very interesting. I'm actually interested in Golden State because if they lose one game this year, it's going to be a bust. They need to go 82-0.
They got to break up the team.
If they do not go 82-0, this will be a debacle. It's just it can't happen that way.
Oh my gosh.
So, Mooks, are you predicting that the Warriors be undefeated this year, or are you just assuming?
I am predicting 82-0 for the Golden State Warriors.
We're gonna have to make
prediction. I can't even say anything bad.
We're gonna have to make a bet for that. Mooks, what would you do if the Warriors lose when they lose their first game? If they lose their first game of the season?
Well, assuming, of course, health is a big concern because
yes.
Golden State is only just as good as the players that they have in it. So, I mean, assuming that Kevin Durant's toe doesn't break, or Kevin Durant's hamstring, or Kevin Durant has a flu, or Steph Curry. I mean, whatever the case is, if they are healthy, they should go 82-0, and sky's the limit. I mean, if they lose a game while they're being healthy, like let's say all the the starting five registers at least a minute, and they lose, I'll probably shave my head. I'll probably be the next Vin Diesel.
Really? You would shave your head? Okay. We could take that prediction from you. We'll figure out how to make this bet.
82-0.
Yeah.
82-0 Warriors. Okay.
Anything else you guys find interesting about the NBA? Because I am very interested in the Chicago Bulls this year. They got Michael Carter-Williams coming in. They got a lot of players that can't really shoot. Sprigg is a fan of the Bulls, of course. Sprigg, what do you think? They don't really got shooting.
D-Wade is shooting lights out in preseason.
Yeah, there it is. D-Wade.
Threes all day.
I'm interested on how that team develops because I'm assuming that you got wing players that can't really make three-pointers. You would probably look for a stretch big that can probably shoot from the outside. Sprigg, would you agree with something like that? Because I know you got Taj Gibson right now, right? And you have Robin Lopez. So, you really don't have any big that can shoot from outside. So there's a lot of clogging in the paint. Maybe make a trade where you can get a shooter, maybe like a Kevin Love, somebody that can shoot from outside. You need a little bit of shooting.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Kevin Love is good on any team.
Yeah.
Any team, Kevin Love is good.
You guys lost Mike Dunleavy, right? So, to Cleveland. You definitely need some type of three-point presence. So, yeah, we will get into the conference standings sometime next week for our next show. I'm also excited about Karl Anthony Towns, possibly MVP caliber Karl Anthony Towns. And like Mook said, I am very excited about this Warriors team because this Warriors team, I've watched them in preseason a little bit, and I can tell that they just know how to gel because obviously they have shooters and they can all shoot, but it also goes to show you because of them playing in the Olympics together, it's just fresh off of their minds. they're much better than the Miami Heat team that first started out. Now, I'm not saying they're better than the Heat, but I'm saying that the way that they're playing right now is much more smooth than the way the Heat played when they first came out.
Yeah.
Because Miami was a little bit more, rusty. You can see that these guys can probably win 25, 30 games straight to start the season. I'm not with Mooks where it's 82-0, but I definitely can see them breaking that record. I think that they had last year. I think last year they went 24-0. I could see them going 30-0 to start the season. They're just that good.
Yeah, chemistry I don't even think is going to be a problem at that point. The thing about their team is just like, okay, Steph Curry, you had an off game. Oh, no worries. Klay Thompson got your back. Draymond Green got your back. Kevin Durant has your back. Oh, you know what? Klay Thompson, you not shooting well. Don't worry. Steph Curry is right here. KD's right here. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like, it's if all of them are on, which is probably going to happen, unstoppable. Draymond Green is probably going to be the one that's not going to have the bad games, in my opinion, because he just does too much of everything, He's the hustle man. So it's just, if one guy is not doing well, don't worry about it, man. You got 2-3 other guys that's going to pick up the slack for you, no problem. And that's what's dangerous about that team.
And just to add on to that, no one's talking about who they added for their bench roles. I mean, we have Zaza Pachulia, who is an enforcer in the paint.
Oh my gosh!
And even that, you do have your ring chaser, David West.
Now, are you calling Zaza Pachulia an enforcer because he looks like he played NHL? Or he's a damn boxer. I mean, his face looks like it's been beaten up at least like 25, 30 times
Zaza
a game.
Pachulia is an enforcer. He is a specimen. He is undersized, but he can take a beating and he gets a lot of reaps. Having that.
Almost one-time All-Star.
Yeah, I mean, he was a couple hairs short of the All-Star team last year, remember?
Yeah. And you have David West, who looks like Suge Knight on a diet plan.
Okay, and no beard, of course. Right?
Absolutely,
nice diet plan. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, it's gonna be a fun start to the season, man. I know a lot of people are disappointed with the Warriors, and they think it's not going to be as entertaining this year. But I doubt that. I think it will be. Everybody's going to be watching them. But let's get into the predictions of the year. Most improved player. Let's go ahead and start with Sprigg.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about this earlier, okay? I was. So I have a list of 3, but I don't. Okay, I'm going to give you. No, okay, so I'm going to. Oh my gosh, this is a tough one. I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell. That's my most improved player.
Okay.
D'Angelo Russell is my most improved player. This is a tough. This is a really tough one. I thought about this one the most.
I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Mooks, who was your most improved player?
Most improved player. I am gonna go ahead and happily give this award to my man Serge Ibaka for the Orlando Magic.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Serge,
I like that pick a lot.
Serge Ibaka. Let me tell you something about this guy. He had career lows last year. About 12 points a game, 7 reebs. The man was just, I thought he was a Marvel character, and his special power was invisibility. I mean, this man was nowhere to be seen. But this Orlando Magic team might just revive his career. I really do believe that he's going to improve in all categories.
I'm loving the predictions by Books.
I like that.
I was assuming that the most improved player is only given to younger athletes, right? Second, third year pros. No, am I wrong about that?
No, I think if they had a bad season and they come back and destroy the season, I think that's a good one.
Okay, we'll get Adam Silver.
I mean, if he goes from 12 points to, let's say, averaging 18, 19 points per game, I consider that a huge improvement.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I agree with that. You're going to have Serge Ibaka making much more plays without Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. I could definitely see both of these guys being there. So let's go to Rookie of the Year. A big one. We got Ben Simmons, who's possibly out for the year. So I'm expecting something interesting, surprising. Mooks, who do you got?
Am I going first? Oh, okay, there you go. Let Mooks go.
Well, for Rookie of the Year, I really like what Joel Embiid has done so far in the preseason.
Very good.
And I think that he might just make a case. Philadelphia is not a very good city to play for right now, and he might just be the guy who will string up a few wins. He could definitely put the team on his back. He certainly has the height for it. So I see Joel Embiid winning the Rookie of the Year this year.
Yeah, I like that. Sprigg, what do you got?
He snatched my pick from me.
Oops.
Sprigg is trying to copy Mooks.
No, because remember we talked about this last week. I remember I was telling you, I was like, man, this guy Chris Dunn is really good, but they got Rubio out there, and then I was just watching a little preseason. I was like, man, this guy Joel Embiid might be the man. And he's a rookie, and Ben Simmons is not going to play. Why not? That's what I was thinking. I had changed my pick the other day, thinking about this, and
so you're going with Embiid.
I have Embiid. I'm not going away from my stance. I have Embiid no matter what Mook says.
Is there anything that you'd like to add to what Mook said, or you think everything that he said was put great?
Yeah, it's just with 2 seasons off, and you have the number 1 overall pick that's going to be hurt for half the year, if not the whole year. You got to go with Embiid, man. He's playing well. He's getting up and down the floor. He's blocking shots. He's grabbing rebounds. He's dunking on people. It's tremendous upside in Philly for him to get Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensive Player of the Year, Sprigg. I'm going to let you go first.
So, I have Russell Westbrook as my Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not going to go with the safe pick, Matthew Berry, Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to go with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook himself.
Mooks, what do you got?
Man, I don't know, man. That's a pretty risky pick, Sprigg.
Nah, he's going to lead the league in steals.
All right. Well, Mooks, what do you got then?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the home team discount. Whiteside has all the reasons to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
You're talking about a guy who averaged close to 5 blocks a game last year. And, they gave him the max contract. He's going to have all the minutes to play. And I think that he's just going to build from that. He's going to get him, maybe 13, 14 reads a game, 5 blocks. He's definitely going to score. He's developed a nice little mid-range. But defensive-wise, I definitely see him making an impact.
That is a good pick, too. Sprigg went with the riskier pick, which I like, and I would think that Whiteside is a safe pick. Maybe Kawhi Leonard would be the safer pick, but Whiteside he just needs to be able to continue to play good man defense because all he wants to do is block, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go with the MVP.
It's a shooter's league now. That's why I went with Westbrook.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go with most valuable player of the league. Let's get Mooks' opinion first up for this one. Mooks, who do you
think? Sprigg was right about one thing. Russell Westbrook will win an award, and that will be MVP. Listen, this guy is going to not only lead his team in scoring, points, rebounds, assists, but he's also going to have triple doubles. I'm averaging maybe about 25 this coming season. This guy is the real deal.
25.
25 triple doubles, guys.
Okay.
That's very safe. I was assuming you were going to say he was going to average a triple double because he was going to have 82 games of triple doubles, right? But no, I guess not. We're not going to go with that.
He might get tired, especially if Spriggs hopes of him playing defense. He might not get 82 triple doubles. But I do see him doubling that amount this year at 25 triple doubles. Unanimous decision.
Okay.
Oh, unanimous.
Unanimous decision. Okay.
Yes, I had me and you talked about this, B Pihh. We talked about this before, and I told you who I originally wanted. I am not going to choose him anymore. I'm going to go with the beard himself, James Harden.
James Harden. Wow.
I am going with James Harden for the MVP.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
He's going to lead his league. He's going to lead. I'm not saying the league. He's going to lead his team in points.
Okay.
Assist. He'll get some boards. I even say he's going to lead his team in steals. He's going to get to the free throw line the most in the season. He's been doing that for a couple years now, so we already know he can do that.
Yeah,
but I think he's got the total package aside from the defense. He's a little suspect on defense. We already know that. But I think he's going to put up the monster numbers. If that team can get into the playoffs, 6 seed or higher, James Harden's your MVP.
Wow, James Harden as the MVP of the league. That's a pretty good pick. Risky picks by Sprigg. Mooks was a little bit much more safe, but that's how it is here. Our predictions for the brand new NBA season coming up. Coming up next, we got Gloating Bill coming in for some park and pro-am tips. Everybody out there, they want those park tips. They want those pro-am tips. Will Bill be here? We will find out next. We had a very, very fun show today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to all the topics that we wanted to, but this is a weekly podcast, so without a doubt, we will be able to get to all those topics eventually, and hopefully the B Pihh show will entertain you, it will interest you, and even possibly in some cases educate you, which I doubt. But Sprigg has some things for the future, right, Sprigg?
I certainly do.
You certainly do, exactly. So, and without further ado, we do have a segment for Money Mooks coming up. It's a very fun segment that I like. It's called Mooks' Biased Predictions. Mooks, are you ready?
I'm all about that action, boss.
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, here is Mooks' Biased Predictions. And now, let's take a trip down Jedi Mooks' lane.
Jeremy Lin is an elite point guard in this league. Tim Tebow will be an NFL quarterback for years to come.
This guy.
In a segment we like to call Mooks' Biased
Unbiased
Predictions. There it is, Mooks' Unbiased Predictions, the way that he likes to call them, although Sprigg and I beg to differ. We believe that this is highly favoritism by Money Mooks. But the Jedi has something for us this week, so I am very prepared. Mooks, what do you have for us on this front for the week?
Well, many people that are close to me know that I have been a longtime Oakland Raiders fan.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially in the old Madden days.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to be able to see them doing what they're doing right now just brings a lot of joy into my life. So I have the Raiders right now. Really excited about them. Not only are they in the top 6 in offense, but you know, they are on a 4-game win streak.
Excellent.
And you know, Crabtree is no longer that mediocre receiver that, you know, once upon a time was dictated by Richard Sherman.
Yeah,
so
that's very true.
I like what the Raiders are up to right now.
Yeah, I agree. Very good.
Yeah, and you know,
and you have something else for us?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, right now they're pretty much they're clicking on all cylinders. I have them up by 24 this Sunday.
I mean, they just
lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they just lost.
Yeah, Sprigg, go ahead and rebuttal Mooks, who obviously is playing favorites right now.
Yeah, they got annihilated by the Chiefs. As a matter of fact.
Well, the Chiefs are a great team, but you know, the fact that the Raiders are still on the top of their division.
Mm-hmm.
So the same Chiefs team that got annihilated by the Steelers the week before?
Very true. And then the Steelers obviously lost to the Dolphins. So
okay.
I mean,
absolutely, but you know, the Chiefs still got that man back. They got that man Charles back, so
that's true.
That's another dimension to their scheme.
Yeah, so now they have a total of 7 running backs in the backfield, so they're good to go.
Yeah,
absolutely. And as far as the NFC is concerned, I got to jump on the bandwagon with these boys, these Cowboys. They're doing some good things, and no Romo, no problem. So I really like what they're doing right now. I actually see them going on a 6-game win streak as well.
So everybody's going on
6-game win streaks for everybody.
Everybody's taking a 6-game winning streak. Excellent work by Mooks. Very good contribution as usual.
Well, they're currently on 5, and they'll be on a 6-game once they win next week.
Oh, you're saying that they're just gonna win one more? I thought you were contemplating another 6-game winning streak.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be 11-1 or 10-1, whatever it is, when they came back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I'll tell you this much: if Romo stays out of the way, they might just make it to 11-1. So,
yes,
keep your fingers crossed, peoples.
Who's keeping their fingers crossed?
That's Mooks for you. That's Mooks.
Yeah, of course.
These are my teams of the week.
Those are your teams of the week. So you got some players,
and you know,
for
just
the week?
I do have some players as well. You gotta like what's going on with Drew Brees in New Orleans. He's not getting a lot of help on defense, but he is making all the right plays.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just say at the beginning of this hour that the Saints didn't have a great offense? Now you're all of a sudden jumping on the Drew Brees bandwagon of some sorts? What's going on, Mooks?
Well, Drew Brees is responsible for 41 points, and it's a game changer. So you gotta
game changer.
If you're into fantasy, then you have to be real excited about that, because it's pretty much coming down to Drew Brees running that offense. You know, before they were trying to get that scheme with Ingram and trying to get the run game, but now it's just like, you know what? Let's just let Drew do what he does best.
I am at a loss of words. This is kind of weird, Money Mooks, that you're...
Sounds like little Matthew Berry over there with the safe pick.
Yeah, I agree. Safe picking with Drew Brees. Everybody knows about Drew Brees, Mooks. I am surprised.
Yeah, I didn't think that either. Yeah, Carlin would be proud.
Carlin would be proud of me today. And I'm going to go ahead and pick a second... my second, and this is not going to be a safe pick, but I'm going to go with my boy, Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, gosh.
This guy right here.
This guy Mooks. Oh, my gosh.
All right, so that's it. Excellent analysis by Mooks. Very good, very well put on your Colin Kaepernick take.
Yeah, let's talk baseball. Right now, we have a game underway. Cleveland is on pace to take Game 3 for the baseball playoffs, and I like what they're doing. Go Cleveland!
He gave no analysis whatsoever.
He just said Colin Kaepernick. That's good to go, Mr. Noodle Arm himself.
I am so impressed, Mooks.
Oh my gosh!
I am impressed. You put a lot of time and effort to this, and it's greatly appreciated.
Everyone's racing to Vegas right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Mooks, I've been trying to figure out what I should be watching on TV. You know, it's fall season. There's a lot of shows out. You got anything towards your biased opinions for the week?
Well, let me tell you, we have been spoiled for this upcoming fall. We have a lot of superhero shows. A lot of people are talking about Flash. They're talking about The Arrow. But I'm really excited about Supergirl. And yes, she is a woman who fights crime.
Yeah, there's
but
nothing wrong with that.
The show itself is absolutely amazing. I mean, just with the first episode, and you know, spoiler alerts, Superman is beefing with Martian Manhunter, and on screen it looks absolutely fantastic. So keep your eye on Supergirl. It's going to be a really good series on the CW Monday nights.
Yes, and you don't mean eye candy, of course.
Put out C-Dub like that too.
Yeah, there you go. Those were Mooks' biased predictions. I'm very surprised, to be quite honest. I was assuming that he was going to go with the Dolphins, go with the Seahawks. He went a different route, right, Sprigg?
Yeah, no, I thought it was going to be like Florida South. We weren't even in Florida with any of the predictions.
Yeah, absolutely not.
There was at all. We didn't. We got the closest we got was New Orleans. I think that was
pretty much.
That's
it.
That's
as close as it's gonna get. We're still on the high right now, beating Pittsburgh. So I'm just taking it a game at a time. No reason to,
I was expecting Jay Ajayi to have 350 next week after his 202-yard performance. So
that would have been too easy for Mooks. That would have been in his ballpark. Yeah. That would have been right there in his ballpark. It's a shame that we aren't able to get to more segments today. Those are Mooks' biased predictions. Speaking of which, Bill's not going to be. We don't have time for Bill this week. So Sprigg, get him on the phone. Let him know that he's out of here.
Okay, I'll text him. And let him know.
Yeah, let him know.
He got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's cut.
Yeah, he's definitely cut. We don't got time for him. We'll get him next week. Let's get into the belittled wheel, Sprigg. Right, the belittled wheel. Yes, Sprigg. Can you go ahead and explain to the audience what our humiliation pool is and what it's called? The belittled wheel.
Well, the belittle wheel. Okay, is more of like a friendly competition amongst us.
Absolutely.
And we pick a player a week. We pick a specific stat based on what the wheel tells us. And at the end of the month, we'll accumulate who has, the most points based on, how their player performed each week. And we can only pick a player one time.
Yes, that is.
And
big
for the humiliation, we have to sing
okay.
a flamboyant love song on air.
Well, the loser, and the
The
winner. Gets
loser.
to
Oh
pick
yeah,
it,
of course. The loser. No, the loser has
And-
accumulated the least amount of points is going to sing this love song on air.
So would that mean 2 of the 3 will be singing a song?
No. Third place. Second place is safe for now. But
And then first place
I thought
gets
that
to
if
picks the song.
I thought that if
Yeah.
it's
place
either
is
your
picking the song.
first,
First place
your
is
last.
picked. Third place,
absolutely.
dead last, has to sing.
Well, what do you guys think? You guys think that we should have second and third sing the song together?
No, this is not a duet.
Yeah, I agree. We can definitely figure it out somehow. I mean, I wouldn't mind it that way, but
We'll talk about
Second
this.
just means that you beat third, but it still means that you lost.
that is true. That is true.
No, second place just means you're not dead last.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be funny though to see Sprigg singing in a falsetto voice with his high pitched voice. No, and Mooks, of course, who will be singing. He has no shame. I'm assuming that we should be doing a female song, not a male song.
Oh yeah. The only male song that could be introduced here would be Maxwell of some sort, but I don't even know who Maxwell is anymore.
Yeah, Maxwell. That's
Okay.
some high pitched voice right there. Well, that's fine. We will do
I
that.
like what's going
Let's
on
go
here.
ahead and introduce the belittled wheel.
Yes,
The
yes,
belittled wheel. Play that sound imaging. Every week, we pick an individual player in one skill position and an individual statistic for that skill position. After 4 weeks, the loser of the show must do the humiliation given, and the winner of the wheel selects the terms. If you're keeping score at home, every week, first place gets 2 points, second place gets 1, and last place gets 0. This is the belittled wheel. That's right, this is the belittled wheel. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel first to find out what position player we will be choosing from. Which position? It could be a quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, etc. Sprigg, go ahead and spin that wheel.
Okie dokie.
And what did it land on, Sprigg?
Running backs.
Okay, so we get to choose from the litter of running backs for this week. Now that we've chosen the running back, let's pick the statistic. Rushing yards, reception touchdowns, catches, so on and so forth. Sprigg, spin that wheel whenever you're ready.
All right, and we have
What do we got?
receiving yards.
Now, this gets very interesting because there's obviously many good running backs in the league that can rush the ball, but there is a select few who are obviously great pass catchers. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to figure out. So we will figure out because you got people like Melvin Gordon who are great pass catchers. You know what? Let's spin the wheel one last time to find out who gets to pick first, Sprigg. So let's
Okay.
spin it one more time.
Fine, I will.
And what did that land on, Sprigg?
And we have Mooks.
Mooks
With
gets
his
the
first
first
choice.
Mooks, are you ready to
Oh,
make
man.
your selection?
Wow, you guys are. Oh man, there's a few good options to go with, but if I had to pick one, I would have to say my boy Jamal
Oh.
Charles. Now he is up against the Saints defense.
Well, man.
Okay. So this is a little bit of a safe pick, but Jamal Charles is fully
Safe
back.
pick.
That's
Okay.
more of a risk pick.
Absolutely. And
I mean,
anytime you play the Saints, you have to
Yeah.
you have to draw the red flags. I mean, this
Red
is just
flags.
this is going to be something that I don't even think that the Chiefs are going to use Vaseline with. I mean, they're going to go on it.
Ooh.
And who better than Jamal Charles to catch a few receiving touchdowns from the backfield? So Jamal Charles.
All right, Jamal Charles.
All right, then. I'm going to defer to go last, so we don't have to spin again. So, I mean, Sprigg gets to go next. Sprigg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will take Mr. Le'Veon Bell.
Okay, that was quick, Sprigg. Very good.
I can't believe Lewis didn't take Le'Veon Bell. I am taking Le'Veon Bell against the Patriots. No Ben Roethlisberger. Landry Jones going to be out there dumping the ball off to Le'Veon Bell the whole time. Le'Veon might come out with like 14 catches next week.
That's possible. But what if they refrain from passing the ball and they start running the ball more?
No. Forget all that. They're going against the Pats. They're going to have to pass the ball. They might be down in the game early.
That's true.
Dump offs to Le'Veon Bell.
Dump off. Yeah, well, dump offs brings a good point, and it's made my decision much easier to pick. So I will go with, for week 7, going with David Johnson.
Oh, David Johnson.
Yeah, David Johnson. I'm going safe pick, just like Sprigg. Yeah, I decided to take the safe pick, like Sprigg. But however, I am not like Sprigg, who just finished telling off Matthew Berry 30 minutes ago for safe picking. Sprigg is a safe picker just like him.
No, there's a difference between safe picks and obvious picks.
And picking safely. That's
you know what?
right.
It's the same thing. But I'm just going to go with Le'Veon Bell for the sake of the belittle wheel. So,
because you don't want to lose, of course.
I really thought you were going to take James White.
Stay
I thought
woke
you were
on
going to
that
take James White.
Patriots. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, James White was going to be a good pickup, but, you can't go wrong with David Johnson.
That was my second choice. If I thought Mooks was going to take Le'Veon, I was like, oh, man. So I was going to take James White, but no, never mind. I will take Le'Veon.
Yeah, that's right. I will say the following. Mooks has been much riskier than Sprigg, who's been a safe picker, like he likes to say. It's very underwhelming how this has gone, but
Yeah, Lewis picks the guy out of a 20-man league that could potentially win it for your team, whereas I'll pick it for the eight-man team for you.
Yeah, that's right. Mooks' pick is definitely a top 50 quarterback in the league.
Top 50, yeah, there you go. Matthew Bell is a top 30 wide receiver.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a shout out to Alex ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a favorable matchup with Giovanni Bernard this week. So
Gio Bernard,
if our 3 picks don't come through, I see Giovanni Bernard having a field day on the Browns. So
okay, well,
shout outs to Alex.
Too bad that wasn't your pick.
Yeah, that wasn't your pick, Mooks. So that's pretty much
it. Wasn't. It wasn't. But just in case.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the picks of the week, we got Sprigg with Le'Veon Bell. Mooks has Jamal Charles, and I have David Johnson. Now, before we go, Sprigg, do you by any chance have a cornball of the week for us?
I absolutely do. And I have been laughing at this since the beginning of time. All right? Since I first laid my eyes on this.
All right, then. So let's get into it. Before we let Sprigg let us know who's the cornball of the week, let's play our sound imaging for that. Let's find out. Sprigg, what are you doing? Okay. Just here asking you a question. Alrighty then. Here is cornball of the week. Are you done? That is Sprigg's great voice over the instrumental for people that want to know. Right, Sprigg?
Killed it.
You did a great job. let's find out who is our cornball of the week, Sprigg.
Oh, I'm ready. Okay, so what I have here, okay, and the tweet is by @Sabrina Dunn. That's with 2 N's. Okay, so I'll give her a little shout out because this tweet, okay, 86,000 retweets, 169,000 likes as of last week. Okay, it's probably way more now, but it is a picture of Kim Kardashian on one side with North holding hands, Kim looking fine as hell like she always does, and on the second picture to the right, it is Kim in a hoodie, a big hoodie, holding North in her chest while she rushes into like an SUV of some sort. And the tweet says, "This Kim versus Kim now makes me think nothing was fake or staged about that robbery. Her clothing and body language say it all." Or they say a lot. How the hell can you tell this was fake, real, staged, or anything by these 2 completely different pictures of Kim and her daughter?
2 different pictures.
What the hell sense does this make? The worst part is that people in the comments are like, "Oh God, I feel so bad for her. This is crazy. I see it all the way. I believe her 100%. What the hell is this girl talking about? What, 2 completely different pictures. What the hell does this mean? I am laughing so bad at the people who are commenting on this, and this girl who believes that the body language says it all. Like, the report wasn't enough? Her tied up, left in the tub wasn't enough? Like, what the hell is going on? Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, this is not even common sense anymore.
People just believe anything.
This is one of the dumbest things I have ever seen in my life, and I literally, tears coming down my eyes of all these people who are agreeing with Sabrina Dunn. I can't believe it. Shout out to Sabrina Dunn for getting 169,000 likes and 86,000 retweets. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's unbelievable. People are just so gullible, man. It's crazy. I know it took a long time to get the podcast together. We were delayed for a couple weeks, but I want to thank everybody who's been patiently waiting. And to show our appreciation for you guys, we want to do a $50 gift card giveaway. It can be Amazon, Xbox, PSN, whatever. All you got to do is starting next week, we will be giving out during our podcast a code word. Write that code word down. After 4 weeks from next, we will be doing the giveaway. All you need to do is know those 4 code words, and we will show you how to enter the raffle for that $50. We want to just show our love for you guys, for anybody, and new listeners, anybody that ends up listening to us. You know, they can also be part of this too, because we're trying to grow out here. And this is a community that we're all trying to look out for each other. We appreciate everybody that looks out for us. This is the Scotty B Pihh Show, okay? And we are out Monday night, Tuesday morning. The podcast show will be out on SoundCloud and on YouTube. The link will be in the description. Follow us on Twitter at the B Pihh Show. That's at TheBPIHHSHOW. Follow us on there too for the rest of the rules and regulations for our gift card giveaway. Doesn't matter, man. I appreciate everything y'all do for us. I am Scotty B Pihh with my co-host Sprigg.
I'm out, man. I'm here. I'm out.
And my boy Jedi Mooks.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Bill, I promise you'll be on next week.